I got a new watch box, guys, and I want to share it with you. I think I was kind of a pain in the butt for this brand, for Epiphany, that crafted this, that made this by hand in India. And let me tell you the story here. So I got an email from them, I want to say it was about 3 months ago, and they offered, hey, will you do a video on this product? We will send you a mango wood watch presentation box. You can do a custom engraving on the top of the box, maybe your channel logo or something. And guys, I get emails like this all the time from brands doing Kickstarter campaigns or new micro brands, upstarts. And honestly, 99.9% of the time, it's just fluff. I'm not interested. And I say, no, thank you. Thanks for the consideration, but I'm just not interested. And depending on how spammy it feels, sometimes it's, marked as spam and they don't even get a response. The worst actually is when a brand has a terrible copy and paste job and they copy every single watch channel you can think of, large and small, all on one email, and they don't do a blind copy. They just copy everybody. That drives me nuts. But anyways, most of the time I say no. This time I looked at it and I thought, you know what? This is interesting. This is unique. This is different. This has piqued my interest. Yeah, I am interested. Let's do it. And instead of just, hey, can you put my channel logo on? Can you put my initials on? Can you do something simple and elegant? I know some guys, they want to get the coronet, right, for their box of Rolexes, or the tsunami medallion, right, for their box of Seiko divers, whatever it is. I didn't offer something fairly straightforward. I gave them a ridiculously difficult request. And so I think in that respect, I was a bit of a pain in the butt for this brand. You guys can see I've opted for a version of the famous Japanese artwork, the Great Wave off of Kanagawa. And in between the Great Wave in Mount Fuji, you can see I've added my channel logo, the BW, and there's just so much room for error. This is not machined. This is not done by lasers. This is done by hand. And so, obviously there's a lot of room for error. There's a lot of curved, delicate, intricate elements. There is linear, there is circular. Really, I was kind of expecting them to say no. And I've noticed this throughout my life. Whenever you have a great idea with something that could be awesome, whether it's, architecture, a building, or a product idea, and it would be difficult to do, sometimes there are naysayers that go, you know what, that's just too complicated. We're going to do something simple. We can't do this. This is impossible. It's not practical. And I like the fact that Epiphany, they did not give me the runaround at all. And so I asked for this medallion. Not only that, I also asked for them to put my channel slogan in the front of the watch box as well, Horology highlighted. And so they didn't give me that runaround. They didn't say, no, that's too hard. Do something more simple. Come on, we're giving you a freebie, Bruce. No, they didn't do that at all. They said, let's do it. Let's go to work. And I also didn't know that they would be doing this, but they sent me an update through the process. And I'm going to drop that picture in here where I could see the progress update. And I thought that was really cool. It's fun to see my concept idea actually be put into real life, so to speak. And that was pretty cool to see when I got that email. But through the process, because this was so difficult, actually, there was a mistake that was made, and the artisan that was doing the hand engraving didn't feel comfortable with sending it off as a final product. So they actually started from scratch, from the beginning a second time. And that showed me their devotion to getting it right. And I appreciate that. This turned out beautiful, as you guys can see. So this is mango wood. It's not an exotic wood. It's not a particularly high regarded or beautiful wood, but there is some nice graining. It does have a nice light blonde appearance. And I opted for the 7-layer gloss lacquer finish. And so you can opt for a few different things. You can get a burned finish. You can get a waxed finish or an untreated finish, and then you can also get the gloss or the lacquer finish, which I opted for. And it takes them an additional week to complete because that lacquer has to cure for 24 hours before you can add another layer. So, for 7 layers, it takes 1 week to do. But you guys can see it protects the wood and it adds a lovely sheen or gloss finish to it that I think really it helps. And I wanted that because the basis for this design here, the Great Wave off of Kanagawa, water has reflections naturally. And so I thought it would just be a subtle detail that would work with this design. And obviously, I'm really excited about the way this turned out. This is really cool. This doesn't have, how would I say it? This doesn't have a machine produced feel. You can see the imperfections here. You can run your hand over the undulations, and this definitely has that handcrafted artisan feel to it that I really appreciate, that I really identify with. Now, when it comes to the hardware, we have basic brass hardware with a latch closure on both sides. I think it looks appropriate. If we lift this up, you guys can see there are spots for 12 different watches, and I opted for the red velvet lining, and you can choose from a few different colors. The red is very bold. Now, when it comes to the watch pillows, there's actually two different options. You can get traditional pillows like what we see right here. And these ones are, I learned this is something I didn't know, but these are lined or covered with the material called chenille. And I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. But chenille is a soft touch microfiber that's similar to velvet, that's often used in quilts or blankets in India. And so I like that. I like the way this looks. I like how the watch pillows are nice and full. The watches have zero travel, zero wriggle room as they are set here on the pillow and placed in the watch box. But Epiphany also gave me another option too, which is a mango monoblock watch rest that is wrapped in the same red velvet. Now those look nice, and I like the fact that they're a little bit more substantial and weighty, but visually I just like these traditional chenille pillows. So I'm probably not going to be utilizing the mango wood blocks. I don't know, maybe after some time I might get tired of these and make the switch, but Epiphany did supply me with both options, which I think is pretty cool. Now, I did mention that they gifted me this watch presentation box. I didn't pay for it, so this is technically a sponsored review, but I'm not being paid to be positive. This is just genuinely a cool product that I'm pretty excited about. But at the same time, you guys know me, we're not going to be overly positive here, and we're not going to shy away from any negative elements. That's, how I can keep my integrity, how I can earn your guys' respect. So let me share with you two things that I think definitely could be improved to make a better product for those of you possibly looking into getting your own custom mango wood watch box with your own engraving, your own idea to store your watches. And so the first thing I think is this small tooth that you can see in the bottom of the lid. It's just a piece of bent brass wire, and it's stuck into the wood. And so when the lid comes down and closes, you guys can see it fits within just a small drilled hole within the mango wood. And I think it looks a little bit cheap, and I don't think it is required here, because when the lid is down and you have the two different latches for the closure, I think it's secure enough. And so I don't really want to see the little tooth there, the wire tooth. I don't like the look, and I don't think it's really helping the security of the lid. Now, the next thing is the resting position of the lid. When it's open, when the box is open, it's pretty much sitting at 90 degrees, which is fine. Anytime I'm putting a watch down on a pillow or taking one off and putting it on wrist, I've never had the lid fall down. But maybe if, my dog runs past, or my one of my daughters comes and bumps the table or something when the lid is up, it feels just a tad precarious here at the 90-degree angle. So Epiphany, if you can, maybe look into adding another 10 degrees of opening here so it rests at maybe 100 degrees as opposed to 90 degrees. That would just give me a little bit of comfort and feel a bit more secure. That's one suggestion I have for you for improvement. But again, I've never had it kind of fall down on my hand as I've been, taking a watch out or anything like that. But I recognize it could happen. It definitely could happen. And those are the two negative elements. Other than that, the materials, the level of fit here, the finish, the hand engraving, the hardware of the latches, I like it all. I like turning this over and seeing Made in India and seeing Epiphany, burned into the mango wood. I think this is a beautiful watch box that I will really enjoy utilizing. My previous box, which I still have, has 8 spots, and this has 12 spots. So now I tell myself, hey, I'm allowed to have a 12-piece collection now, whereas before I told myself, hey, I can't go above 8. I want to have one box. So I guess technically I could have a 20-piece collection if I utilized both boxes, but I'm going to try to keep it to 1 box. And now my new collection limit will be 12, as silly as that sounds. I don't know. Does anybody else do that? I know some of you guys have silly things that you like doing just like I do. I'm a crazy watch person, just like many of you still watching this wood watch box presentation video. So about pricing, these cost, these cost $250, and there is about a 60-day turnaround time after you give them your design. And I will put a link in the description to their website, to their social media, so you guys can get in touch with Epiphany if you want to order one of these custom watch box. And again, you can choose the velvet material, the color, your icon, your engraving. You can choose the watch pillow type and all of that stuff. But Epiphany did say if my viewers wanted a special discount code, they could use the code Bruce20. I'll place that in the description here, and you can get 20% off your order. And so I think that's going to be good for about a month. And so if you guys are interested in doing that, the code is in the description. It will take about 2 months, 60 days for them to get all the information and have the artisan, do the hand engraving, all of that stuff. And they offer free shipping worldwide via FedEx. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this presentation of my new watch box. I hope you found it fun and honest and straightforward. I did disclose everything. I'm not being paid for this, but I do get a free box out of this video, which I'm very appreciative of. And for those of you interested, there is that 20% discount in the description of the video. So reach out with any questions you may have. All of the links are in the description, and we'll see you real soon.